Hey, also, I haven't been feeling too well, so I apologize for that. So, this is going to be a quick video. I don't anticipate it being long. Have you all noticed as of late that the things that we treated as old 20th century and back are now making a comeback? I noticed this with typewriters, for example, because right now there is a successful store near me that sells typewriters, and by all accounts, this store looks like it's doing well. And you would say, well, in the digital age where you can touch your phone and there's a keyboard on the phone, why would you even need a typewriter? And computers come with keyboards, so what's the point in that? And some phones have the pen where you can tap, so what's the point in that? Then I'm seeing people increasingly decide that they're going to buy hard copies of books. Independent bookstores, even chain bookstores like Barnes and Noble's making a comeback, because Barnes and Noble was in trouble for a while because people want hard copy, tangible copies of books, which I'm all for because I hardly ever read digital books anymore. I don't think I have for the past few years. Maybe skim through some online, but not my physical Kindle. And even records and records are making comebacks. Record players, VHS tapes, DVD players. If you're a certain generation that's recent, you have no clue what I'm talking about. Unless you've watched old movies or someone's told you something. If there's a crack in my voice, y'all, I apologize. I've been sick for a while, and I think whatever's been going around, I've been getting it off and on. I haven't now to the lesser extent. So if I sound bad, I apologize. Okay. Cursive writing is no exception. So let's take a quick trip to New Jersey, where it is now mandated in schools that all kids in New Jersey learn to to write cursive again. Again, I remember doing this in kindergarten in the state of Alabama, where they concurrently taught you on those little lined papers. If you remember, you learned how to write it phonetically first, the regular way, and then you learned how to write them in cursive. And sometimes you learn different letters of the alphabet back to back. I can recall being proficient in cursive by the time I was in third grade. And most people are saying, well, you learned that between third to fifth grade where I'm from. No, by the time I was in third grade, I could write cursive. And I can remember people turning in paper, handwritten things in cursive, and it being graded that way. So, New Jersey, by coincidence, the state that's said to have more millionaires per capita than any state in the United States, has now mandated that the students learn cursive again. And I think what's happening is this penmanship is needed because as these kids are getting older, they weren't taught cursive now. But your signature has to be in cursive because it's unique to who you are. You can't write it in print because anybody can copy your print. But because we all have unique penmanship with cursive, some in this new generation are struggling with that. I think this is a good thing. I was shocked to learn that I think Missouri's working on it, and of all places, the state of Washington, last I looked up, is also highly considering making cursive part of the curriculum again. Again, I think this is a good thing. People like cursive is something you're not going to use, so what's the difference? I'm sorry, in adulthood it is. When you sign legally binding contracts, they're going to want a cursive signature. That never changed just because they took it out of school. That kind of penmanship gives you the best chance to have a distinct signature when you sign documents. You're going to sign mortgages on houses or leases for apartments. You're going to sign up paperwork to own a new car. You're gonna sign paperwork when you official paperwork when you own a business, when you get sued, or if you ever sue anyone. Your cursive signature is needed, not your handwritten print signature. It's not a coincidence that Microsoft's programming even has a distinct cursive built into it, because cursive never really went away. It's just the last few generations hadn't had to learn it. And the consequences is we get these weird signatures on official documents. And I'm willing to bet that some people have been chided about it as a result of their cursive. But cursive shares in common the same thing, like I said, with typewriters, with hardcover books, with the vinyl records, because those are starting to sell in large numbers. People are asking for DVD players again. In the digital age, where we have a larger access, where knowledge online travels faster, and I'm going to leave y'all with this question. I'm not going to answer it. I'm going to end the video here, but leave y'all with this question. Why do you think these young people, or for that matter anyone, because some boomers have also taken to the online stuff, why do you think people are turning back to the old ways of doing things despite modern stuff? All right, y'all, this was a quick one. Be looking out for it. I think more and more states are going to bring cursive writing back. I'm seeing this resurgence in purchases of typewriters. I've even saw a job 2 years ago, I think it was, for a stenographer, and I thought that job went away decades ago, or they named it something else. All right, this was just a free talk. Thank you all for listening. Have a good one.